Hello, in today's episode, I'll talk about how Airbnb and Spotify does their research. Let's go. Um, Yep. Um, for the past few days, I was thinking of. Um, so this is what I'm doing. I was last. When was it? Yeah, last September 24th. I was looking at how Airbnb Spotify does the research, and I thought it didn't seem enough. I thought that there could be a bit more in I could have more info, and yeah, I just thought there could be more. So I did a bit more research yesterday, and it's pretty nice because we got a lot of data. So let me just open up some of the highlights that I do when I discovered what Airbnb does. So here's some of the articles that I saw. Yeah. First, I met the Airbnb research team. So yeah, it's a Medium article. It's nice. I highlighted a couple of notes from the Medium article that I saw. Yep. This is Airbnb, the Airbnb research team in San Francisco, California. So this is an interview of I believe his name is what's the name of the founder? Mandy. Yeah, there you go. Mandy Owen. Mandy Owen is the research head, right? Mandy Owen, product specialist team manager of research. There you go. And aside from that, I took on some more info about how here's another article how they did that. And they publish their papers. It's amazing. It's pretty nice that they publish their papers on the research findings. So let me just go through some of the things that um, I've seen. So these are the notes. A majority of Airbnb research has employed quantitative 61% and qualitative studies 18.5%. So it's nice. It's pretty interesting to know about that. There's this progress on Airbnb literature review document, a PDF. Yes, yesterday. I guess the rest of my notes have not synced in. Yeah, that's what I've been studying yesterday. I took some notes. Now I need to actually process these and convert them into my literature notes, and then I need to convert them into my personal notes, which basic ideas I would like to incorporate in my presentations, in my research, in my articles. So Now, the other interesting thing that I discovered yesterday is this called, oh yeah, there is also a Spotify, but before I show you the Spotify research, there is a tool that I discovered in my yeah, it's called Hypothesis Importer. It's an app that allows you, yeah, there you go, to make annotations. And this is one of the nice collection of annotations that I collected for developing metrics for instant search. Now, the cool thing about highlighter, this tool, so lets me highlight some ideas that I find highlight ideas that I find in online. So the highlighter. So for instance, let's look for a nice idea. While I was looking at this, I took some highlights. See? I took some highlights and added my notes. Why is this highlighted? Oh, cancel. I started highlighting it. But for instance, this is my highlight on this. How I highlighted this part, and how is the research organization in Airbnb is structured. So let me just I added a question. How do these, and then here, how many people are in the research team? This one I asked how many people are in the Airbnb research team. So just shy of 100 practitioners. I highlighted this, and this syncs to hypothesis here. There you go. And this I sync to my Readwise. And I export to Notion. So add highlights. See, I have a Notion export. So I have a tool that allows me to, there you go, I have this integration. This integrates with Readwise. So let me go through the process, okay? I'm using a tool called Hypothesis. This is Hypothesis. Let me go to the main page. Home page. Okay, this is Hypothesis. So when you're trying to build your second brain, your personal knowledge management system, it's one of the key principles is to automatically collect your data or your highlights in some sort of system that does it for you, does the collecting for you. So the tools that I'm experimenting right now is Hypothesis, Readwise, and Notion. Let's go to Notion. So I have 3 tools that I'm using right now. This is the first one, it's Hypothesis. Second one is Readwise, and the third one is Notion. And I'll show you how that works. Say for instance, I'm looking at a document. Let's look for an example doc. I want to know more. Yesterday, what I'm looking at? I was looking at Wikipedia. I was looking at Wikipedia for some information on flow, psychology of flow. So I'm looking at, for instance, I want to know who, who is, how do I pronounce his name? Mik, Mik, okay, it's difficult to pronounce his name. Is this the guy who wrote Flow? Oh, yeah, it's the concept of flow. This guy, Chick sent me hi. So, for instance, let me
Mihai Chick sent Mihai.
Mihai Chick sent me hi. Okay, Mihai Chick sent me hi. Say I want to know, I want to highlight this. Okay, I want to highlight this. So let me do it again. Let me, so to make it quickly for you. For, yeah, for anyone just jumping into uh, this stream, I'll just go straight to this um, area, to this section. How do I collect information for my second brain for my personal knowledge management system? I am currently using three tools. I'm using Hypotheses, I'm using Readwise, and I'm using Notion. Okay, so Notion. Readwise, I'm using the paid account. Hypothesis is free. Notion, there's a free tier to it. So how does this look like? For instance, I'm in this Wikipedia page. I want to know more about Mikhail Csikszentmihalyi, which is, he's the professor who introduced the concept of flow state, or being in the zone. What I do is I highlight this section and use my highlighter. So I've highlighted this, and I will add my highlight here. It's highlighted. I add my text about him. Who is the, who introduced the concept? I form it into a question. Who introduced the concept of flow? That's not how I normally phrase. I convert into question. So when I um, do progressive summarization, or when I try to um, make my it into my personal notes, I can quiz myself. So who introduced the concept of flow? It's Mikhail Csikszentmihalyi, and then I can have this part. I add tags here. Normally, I just add research. Maybe I can type in flow state, and I post it to the other cool thing of about the other cool thing about Hypotheses is I can post this into a group. So I'm in this community, in this group with my another research partner, UXPH, User Experience Philippines, UXPH, and we started collaborating yesterday. And I started doing this. I started collecting information and then posting it to there. It's posted in our annotations, in our group's annotations. What happens is this is collected here. It's added, no, not there, here. It's added here. So let me refresh this. This is our research together, and there it is. It's updated just now. Okay. So who introduced the concept of flow? So Kai Csikszentmihalyi is a Hungarian, uh, named the recognized and named the concept of flow. It's there. Okay. It's now shared with all of us. So I could stop here and we could just work. The idea of trying to build a team knowledge management system is to make sure that we all work on it together and introduce some sort of group intelligence. We're trying to build our intelligence together as a group. Right now, I have to go through some sort of readwise integration. There is a hypothesis to readwise integration, which is this one. So set up a integration. I integrate that, and it should yeah, there you go. It's syncing. So it's syncing a lot of the things that I was working on yesterday as part of my research. Once this is done, I sync it over to Notion. I'm currently using Notion as a temporary second brain, as a temporary shared second brain. So that's what I'm trying to do right now. So I highlighted this. Now let me go to Readwise, and they have a Notion export. I will now try to export this into Notion and see how it will look like. Export to Notion. So this is just a trial right now. It's paid account. I need to pay for this if I'm going to use it a bit more. Yeah, so I start export this to my Notion page. We could create a group Notion page with my team. Okay, so it looks like, oh, 0 notes. Why did it not import? Why is there 0? But it's not exporting. Let's check if it actually did not export. So this is how it looks like on Readwise. I should have some notes in my library. Can I filter it for the articles that I saw? Ah, there you go. It's synced. It automatically synced. So it's here now. What I could do now is to progressively summarize this. Add some, make it look nicer, make it bold, and then move this as the maybe this should be the main main idea, and this should be under that idea. So what I would do now is, this is my I would make literature notes over this, and then make it into a personal note, part of my evergreen notes. So I process this a couple of and then maybe link it later to a page where I would be putting my second brain, and that page would be a shared second brain, just like what here, collaborating here, similar to what these Gia and Roman, yeah, Roman Ray and Gia are doing. So that's what I'm going to do. That's how I do it right now. So yep. So you're making your digital jungle, and now I'm working with my partners, and that's how I do it. Okay, so tags, flow state research. Again, this is just an experiment for now. I have been comfortably doing my own version of progressive summarization using directly Readwise to Roam Research, another tool. But I'm also, one of the things that is on my mind is how to actively do collaboration with my team, my research team in the volunteer community that I'm in, so that we could build up our collective knowledge. So Mikhail sent me hi. I would progressively summarize this. Who introduced the concept of flow? Maybe I move this up here. Oops. Maybe a toggle list. I make this in. Who introduced concept of flow. So I'd make this a bold, put this in here. Here. Is I clean this up, okay. And then tags. I can add tags here. Add the property tags, which is no, I should put it into a database. I'm not too familiar with Rome yet, but this should probably be in a database of tags. So I have some sort of thing that can jump back and forth, and there's a serendipity. Okay. So make height 6 cent behind. Highlight. Can I highlight this color? Nope. Could do that. Shucks. I'm trying to just highlight this part. Maybe I'll bold. Because that's the answer to the question. Okay, I'm not too familiar yet with how to do bidirectional linking, but if I can master this a bit more, it'd be a useful tool that I can share with the team. Right, now I'll jump. That's it for this particular flow. I'll jump back to how I do I'm doing my research. Yes, that's what I'm doing. I'm distracted. I'm going back to my notes here. Airbnb. I sync some notes in. I should have notes on Spotify. Those are interesting notes in Spotify, which I can process. There you go. Oh, this is what I was looking at yesterday. Principal component analysis. This is exactly what I was working on. So I'd like to summarize this. I'll do progressive summarization. Add some literature notes. Are my comments on this. And then let's look at what we have here. So developing evaluation metrics for instant search. So maybe I should talk about instant search. I did not talk about instant search, but yeah, maybe Spotify. I used mixed methods to evaluate metrics for instant search. Okay, I remember. I always phrase in a question. What did Spotify use to conduct research in developing evaluation metrics for instant search? So just some habits. What did Spotify Okay, so um, they conducted 60-minute 60-minute semi-structured interviews. Interviews, 14 participants. We chose dimensions. Our cohorts varied along two dimensions: subscription type, beta, cohorts, set of, and platform subscription levels. It's there's a bit of text error because I copied this from PDF. For some reason, the PDFs don't export well, but it's fine. I can still read the main idea. They they looked at user behavior to identify cohorts of free versus paid and account age 1 month, 3 months. So I have a question here. So why did they choose? Why choose this? Why this? Maybe it's related to the objectives. I will keep studying this for now. This is what my entire morning will look like, but I will end the stream here. Just wanted to show how I was doing some of my notes, my research, and how I was collecting some of the info from Hypothes.is to Readwise to Notion. Ending the stream. Thank you, Ely, for your future stuff. This is how you should be working. This is your experiment as of today. As of today's 100-day challenge. Yesterday I was reading the Super, and I was looking on transient hypofrontality, which is related to the flow state. And I will end this session as usual with my Japanese lessons. I always end with my Japanese lessons so that I at the very least I memorize some Japanese words. I had Japanese lessons today using italki. I talked to a couple of Japanese mentors, and they were and that's another project I will do. Start documenting content creation in terms of how learning Japanese. Okay. So I want to learn a couple of languages. I want to ask my mentors what they think. Okay, study. I am up to 2,000 words from my original 500 words. The theory being, if you memorize around 2,000 words in Japanese, and the basic sentence structures, you would be able to converse enough. Start session. Juichi gets, which is Juichi in November, Gatsu November, right?
11月
Yes, Juichi Gatsu. I got that. June is Rokugatsu.
6月
April is 1, 2, 3, 4 月.
4月
Ha. Gogatsu is May.
5月
Gongatsu. Zero.
0
Ha.
0
Rei. Ooh, it's the Rei. I forgot about this. 10 is Ju.
10
Hat. What is a hat?
帽子
Boshi. You are very bossy. Bossy, so that's how I visualize a boss with a hat. So boshi. So I'll remember that.
会社員
Kaishain. I don't remember Kaishain. Is that a police?
会社員
Oh, it's a company employee. Kaishain. Okay. To wash. I don't remember.
洗う
Arao. How do I remember this? Arao. So maybe you're washing hands and you prick your finger. Arao. Arao. Oh, I know. In Filipino, araw means the sun. So if you're washing and you're going to dry to the sun, something to make it visual.
数学
Sugaku is mathematics.
数学
Math. Yep. Nihon ni dochira. Have you been to Japan? Sushin desu ka? Nihon no sushin desu ka? Nihon ni sushin desu ka?
日本に来たことがありますか
Kita koto ga arimasu ka? Gone. Kita koto ga arimasu ka? Nihon ni kita koto ga arimasu ka?
ただ言語を習うことが好きです
Yeah, I like learning languages.
ただ言語を習うことが好きで
I
す
just love learning languages. ただ言語を習うことが好きです。ただ言語を習うことが好きです。ただ言語を習うことが好きです。ただ言語を習うことが好きです。Okay. Breakfast is, well, it's asa gohan, but it's also chushoku. Choshoku. I got it. Chef. Okay.
シェ
Hotel.
ホテル
Okay. Hot dog. Okay. Hot dog.
ホットドッグ
Pizza.
血液
Ketsueki. Subway. Ketsu. No, I know this. Ketsueki. I think I went through this the other day. Ketsueki.
血
Blood.
液
Ketchup. Blood. That's my keyword. Itai. Painful.
痛い
Kofunsuru. Kofunsuru is, it's a verb, right? Kofunsuru. What?
興奮する
Excited. No. How do I remember kofunsuru? Oh, I know. Coffee. When you drink coffee, your heart palpitates and you get excited. Yes. That's how I remember. Ray.
ゼロ
Ray.
レイ
Hat. Boshi. Boshi.
帽子
Ha.
会社員
Kaishain is a company employee.
会社員
Arao. See this? I remember it now.
洗う
Kita ko to. Nihon ni kita ko ga arimasu ka?
日本に来たことがありますか？ただ言語を習うことが好きで
I
す。
just love learning languages. Tada, kenbo narao koto ga suki desu.
ただ言語を習うことが好きです。血液
Blood, ketsueki.
血
Kafunsuru, excited. Coffee.
興奮する
And that ends today's stream. Thank you for watching. Stop streaming.